So why I'm sharing these case studies with you guys is how we have angled my particular client's property move, property upgrade after ranking out that 4 points that I shared with you earlier on, right? That one trick. So why I'm sharing these case studies with you guys is how we have angled my particular client's property move, property upgrade after ranking out that 4 points that I shared with you earlier on, right? That one trick. So Mr. and Mrs. Wong, they own a HDB 5-room in Sengkang. Right, I give 2 case studies. Just so happened that these two developments are more or less in the same HDB town, basically same cluster. So Mrs. and Mrs. Tan Wong, Mr. and Mrs. Wong, they own a HDB 5-room Sengkang. They were looking to upgrade. They have a daughter, a young daughter. They were limited. So originally, right, they were extremely focused on location, right, because they require the parents' help to look after the daughters because they are both still working. So we were originally extremely focused in terms of searching for their location. For them, both working, their salary is quite decent lah, which is why price and budget is the third point of view, the third point, and size is the last point. Originally, growth was third and fourth in ranking. But after going through the property search together, anyway, your ranking can change. Doesn't mean you fix it like that and then it's going to be fixed like that, right? Because it took us a while to go through that whole journey of discovery together, of upgrade together, going through our options together. They came to the realization that growth was actually very, very important to them, right? Why? Because they wanted they came to the realization that the properties that they were looking for were not really the ones that they were 100% truly happy with. And this is something that I've been preaching quite a fair bit: never make do. So if you find yourself making do, right, the property you see is like, you come to think, oh, this makes sense, or this is okay, I would say then try to search for an alternative being taking advantage of your age and your income, right, to go for some growth in terms of that particular property, right? So once you make that profit, right, play into the macro trends, right, make that profit, utilizing that profit to give us the opportunity to take the next step up forward into something that you will like much more lah, right? Less of a make do. Okay, so of course, right, I chose this as a case study because they weren't exactly focused on growth right at the get-go, right? Some of you, right at the get-go, you say, okay, growth, single most important one that I wanted to go for. Then, but for them, right, we went through a whole journey together and we landed on growth. So once we established this, we knew what we should be going for. In the end, they went for new launch development, right, still within the location that they were looking for. It fit well into their budget. Was a little bit more than what they were originally hoping to pay, but we worked out together, and it makes sense for them, because this is probably one of the issues that you may be facing. Spending less for a resale property with not so high growth, or spending a little more for a new launch development that potentially has higher growth. So we worked that out, and they felt comfortable paying that little extra, knowing that the potential growth for that new launch development that we went for was more future-proof in terms of the growth potential for them. Yeah. So next one, right, Mr. and Mrs. Muhammad. They own a HDB 4-room in Sengkang. They were looking to swap out their HDB. They needed more rooms and more size, right? That was, funny enough, that was the original discussion that we were talking about. Okay, So after again, right, a journey of discovery together, for them, because they are single income, like only Mr. Muhammad was working, so price budget was very, very important, and because they were expecting their third kid, so you know, the budget wasn't really much that we could play around with, so that was single most important. Second was growth. Again, why? Because we went through the whole CPF calculator with them. We know that it's very, very important, and because also that single income, right, they really required the property to grow in the long term. They couldn't afford for the property to remain stagnant or depreciate, which was why, based on these 2 points, we moved away from HDB resale, which would have given them the size that they originally were looking for. So see, once you rank this out clearly, it helps you eliminate the options, because you just know that that doesn't work for you. And then of course we went through the whole discussion on, are you okay if the size is not as big as what you hope for, right? They talked about it, they discussed, yeah, okay, that's fine, that's something that we could compromise with for the future, right, of our family finances, things like that. And of course, third location wasn't that important for them. We were focused more on price and on growth. So with all this ranked out like that, we landed on a resale EC in the east. That I'm very happy that since they have done that, the prices have already also moved up. We went for a resale EC lah. So of course, next point.